Owning a home is a cornerstone of the American dream for most millennials, and they are the most willing to be flexible in their approach to the challenging housing market. WIFR reporter Alyssa Kelly talks with professionals in the real estate industry about millennials leading the charge in solo home purchases.
A recent study finds that 42% of millennials have purchased a home by themselves, going against the tradition of purchasing a home with a significant other or spouse.
They're out in full force to buy right now.
Defying norms, millennials lead the charge in solo home purchases, even in the Rockford housing market, which includes Winnebago, Boone, and Ogle counties.
The millennials are of age, and whether they have the down payment or they've been saving for that down payment, they're in position to buy.
A real estate study says purchasing a home with a domestic partner or spouse has been the most common way to buy a home across all generations for years. But recently, studies show 42% of millennials have purchased a home alone.
Nationally, statistics have shown that millennials make up the largest buying pool right now. They're even buying more homes than baby boomers are, so they represent about 38% of the market share.
Brown says this is because they're at the age of no longer wanting to rent or pay someone else's mortgage. They want to make the investment themselves.
Now, their situation may be they're single and just want to get established, and so this is a great opportunity for them to go and purchase their first home.
Housing experts say the increase in solo home purchases is the evolving generational attitudes toward marriage. Research Center data shows younger Americans are increasingly delaying or foregoing marriage altogether, but the attitudes toward owning a home have not changed.
I would say the beauty of our Rockford region is that we have so many different housing styles, so many different price points, so millennials can really kind of pick if they want an urban, suburban, or rural lifestyle.
Millennials may be entering the housing market later than older generations, but when they are ready to buy a home, they are some of the most determined.
Brown says one of the biggest categories the Rockford housing market's seen is single women wanting to step in and purchase their own homes too.